Hi, I'm Ashley. Welcome back to our homestead. Today is day 18 of our first time incubating chicken eggs. So I want to kind of go over what we're going to do and also recap how we got to this point. So in case it's your first time incubating chicken eggs too. So since today's 18, I'm going to go ahead and take the turner out of our Nutri-Right 360 that we have. And how I'm going to do that, I want to be careful. So on day 18 is also known as lockdown, and that is when you stop turning your eggs and also increase the humidity on your eggs as well. Now I already unplugged it from the back, which I can go over the Nutri-Right 360 if you'd like for me to do that. Just comment below. And I'm going to try not to move them too much. I'm probably being a little bit too, there it goes. Hold on, little babies. Some of them, I might have to, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. There you go, little babies. Okay, and I have a plan for this here in just a minute, so I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. Okay, and I'm just going to cover them back up. And it was suggested, or recommended, if you will, to put a shelf liner in the bottom here for the chickens when they hatch, so they don't have they don't lose their footing, to help with their footing, so then you don't get the spade leg, whatever, to for them, so it gives them a better grip when they hatch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the turner, and then I got this for $1. I think it was actually on clearance. One of the shelf liners has holes. Just give it a little bit of grip. We also used this in our brooders before too, so it's really cheap to do. So what I'm going to do is just lay this over and trace it and cut it, and then put it under our eggs so our chicks have a better grip when they come out. Alright, so once I get this done, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, now I cut the shelf liner. I didn't make it like 100% true. I just kind of eyeballed it, traced around, cut around. Or I mean, I didn't trace it. I cut around with the scissors, just laid it on top. I mean, self-explanatory, you get it. So we're going to go ahead and put this underneath the eggs. I'm going to carefully take them out and put them under. I really was iffy if I wanted to do this, but if you look down, the holes are kind of big, and I can see where their toes would get stuck. They might have difficulty, so I'm going to go ahead and try it and see how this goes. And I'm using the extra piece here to lay the eggs, to set the eggs on. Oh, there's a chicken there, because it is not, it feels, I don't know, to me it just feels heavier than a normal egg. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I need to probably do this like quicker, but I am nervous. And I've had the drops this week, so I don't want to drop them.
Yeah, definitely don't drop them.
Oh my gosh. I'm just trying to be super careful.
Yeah, don't put them too close to the edge.
I'm not. I can't believe like the weight difference it feels like than a normal egg. I didn't expect that when I picked it up.
I'm sure Mama Hen's a little rougher than what you're doing here.
Probably, but I feel shaky because I just want to be really careful. Oh my gosh. And I can feel them in there. Like, I know it's heavy. It's like a heavier egg. Oh my gosh. Watch it move. I'll freak out. Ah, I'm so excited. They'll probably hear me like, man, she is loud. I mean, the mom hen has to get off the egg to eat and do her business. So, it should be okay for a minute.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh my gosh, I'm so shaky. I should probably let you do this.
Just keep them close to the incubator. Put some over here by the sink. Yeah, there you go.
You should pick one of these up because it's crazy how heavy they are compared to an egg. Oh my gosh, fill this one. Fill this one. Or pick one up, whatever.
Okay.
I can't believe how, oh,
This
sorry.
one here doesn't feel heavy to me.
Well, that one's probably a little baby, it's a smaller chick. Pick that one up.
Which one?
This one. One of Lakota's.
Yeah.
You feel it?
Yeah.
Just be real careful.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so the cloth is in there. I'm just trying to, I'm maybe being too panicky, too worried about it, but I try to put them as if they were in the tray. They are favoring one side of the weight, so it just doesn't really matter. I guess that's where the chick is. Okay, so let's get this back on.
And what do they call this? Lockdown or whatever?
Yes, it's locked down. So make sure to get it back on there. Okay, and then since I had it off, obviously the temperature is going to go back up, but the Nurturite does come with instructions on what to do as far as filling your A and B chambers and what to have your humidity on, which we can go over that also. So let me go ahead and show you how I'm going to do this. Okay, so they recommend around 70% during lockdown, which is day 18. So there are two chambers in here. You have your A chamber and your B chamber. A chamber is really small compared to B. So I'm going to go ahead and fill them both.
That's distilled water.
Yes, it's distilled water is what you use. And then it takes about 2 hours, it said, to come up to get your humidity. And I'm just using a measuring cup with a spout because it's easier to pour it in.
What's the humidity supposed to be?
At 70. And I think it said 65 to something, maybe 75 was okay. And then you leave your little vent door open all the way too.
Where the vent door is at?
Right here, yeah. And B takes a lot of water because it goes actually, so on the inside it's like here's A, whoo, and then B goes all the way around, if that makes sense. Okay, let me get some more. So now that we have our A and B chambers filled and the liner in, we do not mess with this anymore. With this being my first time, I kind of wish I did it yesterday on day 17, but here we are. So let's go ahead and recap how we got here. I want to share with you about collecting your eggs, how to do, like, keep your eggs until it's time to incubate, things of that nature, and how to get started. So I can't wait till these hatch in the next 3 days, but also remember not to think the eggs are done because they can also be some late hatchers. So you want to give it to about day 25 or so to make sure that they're not going to hatch anymore. Especially the darker ones, they could take a little longer to hatch, so give them the time that they would need. When I did candle them, the 21 were fertilized and had eggs, and then I only had one that was not fertilized. So I do know all these have, or having babies in them. That they, hopefully nothing happened from the time I candled on day 11 till now. So we'll see, hopefully every one of these hatch, and I will share those with you too in another video when we have hatching. So let's just review now on how we got here to this point. Okay, so now that we have our lockdown on our incubator, I just wanted to talk about how we got here to this point, to day 18, which seemed to have just flown by. At first I thought, oh man, this is going to take forever, like it's waiting for Christmas, you know, when you're a kid. But it came sooner than I thought. I found it easier to, when you candled them and you could see the eggs, like the baby chicks forming in the egg, that it helped just kind of, okay, they're growing, just give them time. They'll be here before you know it. So this is probably going to be the longest 3 days to have them hatch. But yeah, let's talk about how we got here. So when you start I guess, saving your eggs to incubate. I only have 9 hens at the time right now. So it took me, I guess I did about 7 days was the max that I wanted to do to keep my eggs ready for the incubator. You want to get the cleanest eggs that you can. If they have anything on them like mud, maybe some of my girls like to lay at the bottom of the coop instead of the nesting box. So you just get the cleanest eggs possible. If they can flake off, you know, any bedding, anything like that, you can do that. Just basically obvious, just get the cleanest eggs you can to be the better. And then I seen on another video that you when you store your eggs on the counter, you like do this with them in the egg carton, and I felt that was kind of dramatic of a incline. At first I was doing my egg in the egg carton and just slowly rotating them back and forth within the egg carton. Each day I collected, I just rotate. I got to thinking about the mother hen. She doesn't move them like this. You know, when they're in there, they just kind of move slightly when she's moving around herself, I guess. So I didn't want to move them such a dramatic way. We'll see if that plays an effect of them hatching or how they hatch. I pray that they are okay and doing well. As far as the last candle at day 11, they were doing great. So there's that. When you go past 7 days, I do believe you start to decline in your fertility of your egg. But day 7, I had all 21 eggs fertilized. The one was not fertilized at all. So they were growing at day 11 at 7 days. So yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much it basically. There are myths out there of, well, maybe myths, maybe not, about refrigeration. Like if you put them in a refrigerator for X amount of time, then you lower your chances for roosters. But then you also, they can either pass away in the egg and not develop, or you may just have some that hatch but not as many. And then, which would be kind of fun to see how that works for us. But with our first hatch, I wanted to make it the best I could without trying anything as far as an experiment. I just want baby chicks. So there's that one, and then there's the one of round or pointed. I have some round and pointed in there, but a lot of people say that's a myth. It doesn't really pan out to hen or not. And then there's also cleaning the eggs. Some people clean the eggs with like Listerine and water, things like that. I did not clean them. Just kind of scraped off anything like bedding or what have you, mud that I could, but I kept them clean as possible, which I'll take you back over to the incubator to let you see how clean they are. You might have seen it earlier anyway, so they are pretty clean. And then that was about it. If you have any questions that I might have missed or not thought of, and you want to ask them, be sure to comment below, and then I'll keep you all updated on the progress of our chicks and when they hatch. Thanks again for watching, and if you like videos like this, more how-tos, DIYs, or anything homestead related, please be sure to consider to like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks guys, have a blessed day.